Hi, my name is Jon Hinds, owner and founder of the Monkey Bar and Gymnasium. If you're interested in body weight training, you come to the right place. What we do is we take you from no matter what level of trainee you are to a higher level, because we have progressions throughout. So no matter if you're 350 pounds and haven't trained in a long time, or you're an Olympic level athlete, we have progressions for you to shoot for. And we basically break everything down into these 4 categories: running, jumping, pushing, and pulling. They basically break down into the roots of all movements that we do that are innate within all of us. We play as kids, all animals play doing these movements, so it makes sense to train them, refine them, and then progress them. That's exactly what we do. I'm going to go through each of the 4 and show you a simple progression for all of them and how to make them a little funner and more challenging for you. First, I'm going to start off with just a basic push-up. If you're new to this, we're going to start out with just basically getting your alignment right, and then just doing a knee push-up. Touching the hips and chest at the same time, and pressing back up. This can progress to a regular push-up, or you can progress it to a more inverted press. So I'm going to put my feet on a box here, and I'm going to do a down dog push-up. You can go to one leg. Or I can switch it up and even go up to against a wall, and we're going to do lateral walking. So for here, the easier version is facing the wall. And you can just be in this position here, and you can walk laterally. You can also go on one hand. Or make it a little harder, kick up, and we go back to the wall. Okay, or you can do it on one arm, switch arms. So there's lots of progressions there. Off your one arm then, we work so that you're not even using the wall. Lots of different challenges there for each person. Same thing can be true with all types of body weight pulling exercises. Whether you're starting with a basic assisted chin-up or a body row. Body row is a cool one. You're just in this position here, you measure to about your hips, you lay back. You're just going to roll from here. To make that movement harder, you can put your feet on the box. And then to make it even harder, you actually flip. So you take your feet completely off the ground. You're going to do what's called a no-legged body row. That took an exercise that's pretty easy to a very hard exercise right away. A no-legged body row. Now we're going to progress to a jumping exercise. One of my favorites is just teaching how to do a squat properly. So before anybody even jumps, they got to squat properly. One of the things that we see most often is people think to just squat to 90 degrees. That's not what we want. We want a full range squat. That shows good health in the ankles and the knees and the hips. When we limit ourselves all day by sitting with a 90 degree in the hips, it causes a lot of tightness, and it's no wonder that most Americans have back problems today. It's because we lack that full range of motion and mobility. So what we do is we always train full range of motion. There's a couple of different ways that we do that. We use Aishin's yoga as our only yoga to help to increase our mobility and stability throughout our whole body. But then we also do full range of motion on all our movements. So instead of doing a 90 degree squat, like most people do right here, we sit all the way to the floor, okay? Which is much healthier. I'm getting more range in my ankles, my knees, and my hips. And stand up full. You can do this with a regular squat. You can do it with an old school exercise called a split squat, where it's more like a gardener squat, where your heel and your other toe are lined up, and you want to keep everything pointing straight ahead. weight even on your feet. This is an old school split squat. You can counterbalance like so. You're going to get a nice full range of motion in the ankles, the knees, the hips again, because it's a nice deep full range squat. But it's a little more unstable because you're more or less on one foot. You can challenge this exercise more by putting your hands behind your head and doing it. And then you can do a slight jump. So those are jump split squats. Once you have the base covered and you're getting a full squat and a full split squat, you can do lunges that way, but then we can start adding speed to the movement and doing jumps, whether it's a jump onto a box or just straight vertical or broad jumps. So what I do here is we want a nice controlled landing and you want a controlled squat out of the box basically. So what we teach is a ready position, a jump ready position. So you might be here and you're keeping all the same three things in fact. Knees tracking, weights even from side to side, and your chest and butt are out. So when you're in a ready position for jumping, your hands are back here, not up here when like in aerobics class when you stand, you do this action here. No. You're training for an athlete, or for bodyweight training, your arms are back here, then you're going to use your arms to propel yourself up, land, controlled on the box and controlled off the box. Then you can progress to adding resistance via the power jumper and do the same jumps. You can add speed to the movements and you can make them more dynamic, work laterally, jumping laterally off the box, and a whole bunch of different variations. The last of the four movements that we train in bodyweight training is running. Now in running, what you're looking for is proper form, technique. And that is your weights on the front half of your foot. You're pulling your heels straight up towards your butt, not to the front or not far to the back. We're pulling your heels straight up towards the butt and lifting your toes almost like you're lifting a pail of water up. But your knees coming up and your heels coming in a straight line up towards your butt. Your arms are at about a 90-degree angle, going pretty much straight in front of your body. From here, once you get your basic form down, then it's all a matter of training, increasing the speed of those same movements, increasing the strength and stability of those movements. Because the more stable you are throughout the whole body and in the feet, the faster you jump, the faster you run. So one of the things that we use a lot for increasing core stability and full body stability is a jump rope. We'll do a lot of jumping rope because the two work hand in hand as far as technique. Mostly we use a jump rope a lot because we're in Wisconsin and it's cold as hell outside. I don't feel like going in the freezing weather and running sprints outside. We do some, of course, running sprints against tubing inside, but the jump rope is an excellent tool for sprint training because it's a lot of repetitions of quick on and off the ground, and you're working a heck of a lot of stability throughout your whole body. You want to always maintain nice and tall posture, and then you're just focusing on that same running technique. Now those are just a real touch, I just barely touched the surface of these four movements that we do. But if you're interested in bodyweight training, we have a whole ton more exercises. Every single day you're either going to get a strength or more of a conditioning bodyweight workout. On our website, www.monkeybargym.com, you're going to get that every single day. It's free training every day for you. We got all the videos online as well. So if you have any questions and concerns, please go to our website, www.monkeybargym.com. We'll be happy to help you out. Train hard.